Good morning and welcome to Cappin at the Spa. I'm Saratoga Geese and we're recording live from Quivik Drive in sunny Saratoga. It's closing day. Happy Labor Day, everybody. Fun meet, great meet. We'll talk about that at the end here. I have with me Exacta-Box Bobby. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's, as you said, last day of the meet. It was a fun one, and we're looking to end it on a high note today.
All right, great. We're each gonna give a couple picks, and then we're gonna chat about our highlights of the meet, and we're gonna finish it off. So, my first selection is in the fourth race. Fourth race today, we're gonna take a shot. It's an optional claimant, 62,000, 6.5 furlongs. We're gonna take a shot with Kelso Kate. Manny Franco's been riding tremendously. This horse is 8-1 on the morning line. It's a 7-horse field, and Chad Brown's going to have the heavy favorite on the outside with Irad Ortiz, 7-5 on the morning line, coming out of the test, the Grade 1 race. That horse is going to be very tough to beat. But when you look at the race, there's only 7 horses, and there's really no speed in the race. And I think Kelso Kate has a chance to get the lead. I think that Chad Brown horse, Your Love, is going to sit off from the outside, and we're going to hope that the 6-horse Kelso Kate can hold him off down the lane. But if not, we're definitely going to have that 6-7 Exacta-Box. But we're going to take a little try in the win column here with Kelso Kate, the 6-horse, in the 4th race. And let's move over to Bobby's selection.
Thanks, Geese. So my first selection is going to be in the 7th race today, the Bernard Baruch, a Grade 2 going a mile and a 16th on the turf. My selection is going to be the 4, Ring Weekend, 12-1 on the morning line for Graham Motion and Jose Ortiz. This horse is actually the defending champion of the Bernard Baruch from last year, and I'm going to look for him to repeat this year. This horse has proven to run well on the Saratoga turf, proven to run well on less than firm turf, which we're going to see today. And I'm going to hope that someone, whether it's Glorious Empire, Delta Prince, or someone else, pushes heart to heart just enough on the front end to set it up for Ring Weekend's late closing run to get there. His last couple of races this year, he just hasn't quite gotten there against really strong competition, which he's going to see again today. I'm hoping with the soft turf that might set up well for him and allow him to just get up there over heart to heart. And even if he doesn't, I will certainly have that Exacta-Box. So my selection in the 7th is going to be Ring Weekend.
All right, good. You know, it's funny up here. A lot of times you have horses come back and win the same race, minor stakes races and different races here one year to the next. So let's hope Ring Weekend can pull it off. And we're going to look at the 8th race. And Bobby and I both have a horse here in the 8th race. I'm going to go first. And this is a state bred optional claiming 40 at a mile on the grass. All the other races are off the grass today, just the 7th and the 8th. And we got to assume it's going to be a softer yielding turf out there. But we're glad they're running at least a couple today. In this race, I'm going to take a look. This is a mile. I'm going to take a look at the 9, Bella the Spa. Great name. Bruce Brown horse. Horse is steadily improving buyers. Last 3 times out on the grass. Goes from a 63 to a 72 to a 76. Wins the last time out in the state bred non-winners of 1. Moving up in class a little bit here, but you look, the buyer par here is an 80. So with natural progression, 73 to a 76. Horse has had 2 months off, a couple of nice works. Hoping to sit just off the pace. There's a couple of speed horses here, especially the Pletcher horse, the 2 and the 3. So we're hoping that the 2 and the 3 go at it. And we're going to have a chance to maybe sit 3rd or 4th here at 15-1. And we're going to shoot it over to Bobby and see what kind of an Exacta-Box we're going to get with his long shot.
Thanks, Geese. My selection in the 8th race is going to be the 11-horse B-Rocket at 12-1 on the morning line for George Arnold and Joe Bravo. This horse is a state bred, but is not really run in state bred races here in New York at all. He's kind of been more in the Midwest, running at Churchill and Keeneland in really tough races. If you look at his races this year and look at his odds, I mean, he was 100 to 1, 30 to 1, 50 to 1, 51, running buyer figures that make him very competitive here. Especially in his last race, he ran a 79 and finished 2nd in a really strong effort. 2 back ran an 86 in an overnight stakes and only lost by 2 lengths. I'm looking for this horse. Again, he's mentioned that there's a lot of speed in this race. I know he showed speed last race. I'm looking for him to revert to his prior form where he's a deep closer, wait for the speed to go at each other, and then close late. Dropping into state bred company, facing the weakest field he's faced in a long time. I'm looking for Jersey Joe Bravo to work out the trip at 12-1.
All right, great. We'll certainly have a little bit of that Exacta together. And it is interesting to note that a lot of times when a horse comes from out of town, a New York bred, and he hasn't been knocking heads with the same type of horses, you know, he tends to go off at higher odds sometimes because he's just not a familiar face and a familiar name for them to think about. So that's an interesting selection. Real quick on the hopeful, I'm going to take a shot with Free Drop Willie in the hopeful, the Grade 1 race at 7 furlongs. Ran a good race at at 5.5 furlongs and wins. Increases his buyer, runs a very nice second to Ferenz Fire. At 6 furlongs, now is stretching to 7. And we think that horse is going to run pretty well today. And Bobby has an interesting horse there too he wants to mention.
Yeah, so in the hopeful, I'm looking at Oscar Blues for Ken McPeak and Dylan Davis. This is the only horse in this race to run at 7 furlongs, and that was in his debut, where he broke from the rail, went fast out with another speed horse, and then held on late to win with an 86 buyer that matches him for the best figure in this field. I like that he draws just to the outside of Motivation, the Pletcher horse that's going to be the favorite here. I look for Dylan to, gauge the speed well here and either go out if the speed is slow or sit just to the outside and off Motivation if he's going too fast. And I look for that extra furlong in his first start to really give him that, extra stamina to hold off some other horses late.
All right, interesting. Before we close up today, we just want to give a couple quick thoughts on the meet. As far as I'm concerned, it was a great meet. The weather was good, just a couple of days off the grass, not too bad at all. Always great to visit with family and friends and have great relationships up here with some of the people we've met up here over the years. Gun Runner was great this year. Sometimes you have to look past the idea that it's not a great betting race and just enjoy some of the top horses in the country. And Gun Runner really gave us a show a couple times. And one of the thought from a betting perspective is the exactas up here at the spa this year have paid tremendously. I think there's so much focus going on the pick 3 to pick 4 to pick 5. Everybody's tweeting out their pick 4s and 5s, and you're seeing them on TV and everywhere else. Just a normal, everyday, nice little exacta, paying $60, $80, $120, just tremendous. So Bobby, how about you? What's your highlights of the meet?
Yeah, so a couple highlights of the meet for me that I wanted to call out. One, which I think was the highlight of almost everyone's meet here, was Voodoo Song. This horse for Linda Rice wins 4 times at the meet. First time that's happened since I think the 50s. And especially with the way horses spread out their races, it's really unheard of for this horse to win 4 times in a month-and-a-half span, all front-running fashion on the turf, starting in a claiming race and ended up with winning a Grade 3 race, which I know myself and Saratoga Geese were happy with since we bet him plenty in that race. So Voodoo Song, definitely huge highlight of the meet. For me, second highlight of the meet back on opening weekend was the big hit for the members of the show. Myself, Saratoga Geese, Daily Double Dan, went in together on a Naira Bets late pick 5 opening weekend and won for an almost 5-figure score. Interestingly enough, in the Bernard Baruch today, a horse really stepping up in class, trying to take a shot. Glorious Empire is the horse that won us that pick 5 in that last race. Totally out of his past form, goes straight to the lead and runs a monster race. I know, at least for myself, I didn't have much faith in that horse. It was Daily Double Dan's horse, so just a cool feeling to get a big score with a horse you really had no faith with, just going nuts on the front end and running a huge number. So those are a couple of my highlights.
All right, excellent. And as we close off today, we're going to bring in Closer Kiera, our favorite gal. Come on in, Closer Kiera. You got to close the meet off for us, right? So tell me, what was your favorite part of the meet? Watching any number 8s, right? Did some number 8s come in once in a while? All right, kind of. All right. And what was the worst part of the races for you?
Getting stung by a bee on the toe.
Oh my God! Stung by a bee. That's unbelievable. Now, is there any horses today running called like Bee Stinger or something like that? Well, if there is, we're gonna have to play it, right? All right. Well, listen, we're gonna finish off a tremendous meet, and have a great day today, everybody. Great Labor Day. Hope we'll see you over there at the races, and let's hope that today is your day.